Anyhow, welcome to...
Anyhow, folks.
Welcome to my...
Welcome to one of the most modern shows there is on Sirius XM. I'm here with my wife. That's a new character. I've never done that one.
What's that character? It's called the Annoying Bonnie.
I'm old.
Old rich woman.
Old rich.
Oh, it's from being a man.
What's that?
All my characters are men.
Oh, that was men.
Well, anyhow, we're live
That was
tonight.
sexist of me. I'm sorry.
God, just because I'm a woman, I have to do female. Can you believe all the shit from the Olympics has to go through?
Can we introduce
how
everyone?
Sexist?
Can we fucking
okay, we're going
do like a real radio show?
Yes.
Throw a couple plugs out.
I'm Rich Voss. In my day, we did radio like this. We sent our call letters and then we introduced our guests.
Yeah, we're not just willy-nilly around here. That's how you are. That's how you and your friends are, and look how you ended up. Look how you.
I know. It is. I do feel like
you and your pal Larry Wilmore. Look. Okay, so anyhow, okay.
Oh, I didn't know that it was going there. I thought it was like, ladies, be careful what you do. You could end up married to Richard Voss. My sperm just comes out like dust.
Yeah, good. Well, then I guess your mouth is a dust buster.
Still sharp as a tack, folks.
Anyhow, this Thursday, listen, I don't know where the venues are, so these are the websites you go to.
Sorry,
This Thursday, I'm in Mattawan. Go to the Comedy Shop website. Spell it for them, Bonnie.
SHOPPE.
Go there Thursday.
That's how we spelled it in my day.
Friday, I'm somewhere in Mass in the what is it called? The
Wilbur Theater?
No, the Wilk. I don't do theater. The Wilk. Whatever. Go to my website. And Saturday, go to treehousecomedy.com. Next week, Thursday through Sunday, Omaha, Nebraska, the Funny Bone. Okay, that's where I'm at. That's where I am next week. Bonnie did her big gig.
I did my Somerville gig. I don't have to plug it anymore. Thank God.
She did Somerville.
Somerville, Mass?
No, New Jersey, right?
Somerville, New Jersey. It was
See, this is the last time I
10
got out of the
minutes
house.
from my house. I had a drink after the show because I was like, I can drive home. And then I had to pass a cop. I got a little scared. But then how much can you drink before you know what I mean? Like when they pull you over.
0.2.
Yeah, but how much is that? Like, what is it?
If you're white, you can make it all the way home, probably.
I was like,
Nobody's gonna stop you.
like, I have a thing that says girl card. That I just hand them.
Okay, so anyhow, let's introduce
Oh boy, this is a tough audience tonight.
one of my oldest friends from, I can't even tell you, probably from back at One Nighters with Balazzo and Jerry Stanley.
But I'm not older than you. I'm old. I'm an old friend, but
No, you're not older than
I'm old.
You look older
Look
than me.
at my
but
hair.
You're not, I don't know how old you.
I think I'm...
What, are we going to do this?
Yeah, I didn't realize this was an age. Well, you can't
No,
be that much.
Rich does age competitions with, like, he'll go through the grocery store thing and he'll say something.
Should
and
you
then,
remember, like Tang and things like that? Or
Yeah. No, but I'm saying we did gigs way back in
we
the day.
did. I
all
remember
of it.
Rascals.
Okay.
Hang out.
I remember
Years ago.
How about the Upper Deck? Did you do
Love the Upper Deck.
Yeah, wasn't
like
it great?
a PatCon.
I remember doing that gig, and I was headlining, and fucking Ray Romano was middling. And luckily, if I was able to follow him any of the shows, he killed. Remember, he
Was
did
that when
the
he was
rubber
pulling
band?
the facts out of his ass? And...
So he's pulling the rubber band in his head, doing Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Did you hate him, though?
No, because Ray was always the nicest guy
I
on the
know, I
planet.
get that. Like, I like nice guys also, but sometimes the person on before me, if they're doing shit that's killing, I just hate them.
Well, this is what happened. We were working the Upper Deck, and this agency came. They were just in the audience when Spotlight was big.
Bob Williams, Spotlight, Gary
Spotlight.
Rendell's.
So and Roger Pauls was Spotlight at the
Right,
time.
for a short while.
So they were there, and I'm going, well, I don't have an agent. This is my big thing. And Ray Romano fucking killed. He's so likable, right? And I went on, and I was the fucking slurring Jew bag that I am. And they had...
hasn't changed a lick.
and they didn't want anything to do with me. Okay, but luckily that they went out of business and robbed every fucking body.
Luckily, that was Palazzo's that gig, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Upper Deck. So they owed tons of money to. I mean, because they used to. I don't know. They had a lot of big acts back then. Then they went bankrupt, and a lot of those acts I heard didn't get their money. So
Rich, I was emceeing and middling. I always got my $200 or $400.
Okay.
It was not a big deal for me.
And now, so that's Barry Weintraub. We had.
That's his intro? That's his intro?
I was an MC in the middle. Welcome, Barry Weintraub.
No,
I knew him back.
No, Barry. Fucking
40 years ago.
Barry's been doing fucking radio from up in San Francisco. He did radio.
It was out and up. Yeah.
It wasn't in San Francisco.
It was out west and up.
Yeah.
You doing? You fill in a lot. For Alan Combs.
That's how this happened. Obviously, if it's August, that's when I wind up in this studio because all the good
Combs
comics are. You're in town, Giannis, but most comics are gone.
I just happen to be on the block.
Let's get Weintraub because we had a whole.
Is Alan Combs still alive?
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Alan Combs has been doing radio for 40-something years.
I know, but I just, for some reason.
You're thinking of the other Combs that killed himself. Ray Combs.
Ray Combs, the comedian Ray Combs, who hung himself in the closet with one of those. They're supposed to break away bars.
I actually don't know either person. I was just making it up. But thanks, guys.
So, does Alan Combs? Is he from these studios?
Alan Combs is the one that used to go on that Fox show all the time.
He had that show for 12 years.
Yes,
with
I felt bad for him.
Yeah, he felt. Yeah. That show was designed for him to fail.
Now, is this true? His mouth was wired shut for most of those shows.
Listen, but all those shows, whatever network, if you go on Bill Maher's show and you're to the right, you don't have a chance either.
He literally got 25% of the time. You're right. He was. He didn't even get a fair share of the time.
One time I saw he was just tied up in the corner,
and they were beating on him,
and then they were just yelling right-wing facts at him.
Okay,
let's introduce our other guest.
That's
also,
what I was going to right now. You want to introduce him?
Giannis Pappas. He's Greek.
That's right.
He wants to talk about what's going on in Greece right now, I think.
I told you not to talk about that.
He said, don't bring up that he's Greek. I don't know why.
I've seen Giannis.
The name just, you can't not mention it,
This is weird. because I had to get Giannis Pappas to tweet it or whatever. Mm-hmm. There's more than one of you.
There's more? Yeah, because it's a popular name.
How can that be a popular? How can that be a popular name?
I've seen Giannis work maybe 3 or 4. I've never seen him not kill.
Friends.
I've never seen him not kill. I had to follow him once.
I've seen it. I've seen him do just okay.
I had to follow him once at some alternative. It looked like a subway train or something.
East Village, I remember that. Yeah,
that room.
That was a very you were very funny then.
That was the one time.
Fucking killed, and I
don't know who wrote your stuff for you that night. Terrific.
I had to go next. I mean, of course, I pulled it out, but it was
you pulled it.
Felt like Ray Romano all over again.
So fucking funny.
Thanks, Rich.
And clever, not hacky in any way.
A little bit hacky.
A little bit. A little bit.
No. Sorry. I always just have to take the opposite of whatever he says.
Here's the thing. You came onto the scene, everybody's Giannis Pappas, and you do this character, which I've never seen, that I heard just blew up. Like you were, I remember when the Laugh Factory was on 42nd Street, and I saw your name up there. I didn't know you then, and they're going,
and I think you thought what I thought. Made up name.
I thought it was a band. I thought it was Giannis Pappas Trio.
You're going to see Giannis Pappas tonight. They're amazing.
The trio. So, and I don't know who I talked to.
The Giannis and the Pappas?
The guy selling out everywhere. Because you had this, Puerto Rican character?
Yeah, it's transgendered.
Oh my God, it seems so wrong now.
I know, it's tough. I don't know how I squeezed that one through.
Oh my God, you just, it was like the door was just closing.
Just like closing, and then it was too late.
Because you can't make fun of Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
Wait, so do you still do the character?
Once in a while. I do it in the markets where people want to see it. Yeah.
Safe places.
Safe places.
But wait a second, you have
New York.
You have to leave stage and go put on an...
I have that and another character that are popular, but they're popular with 2 different groups of people. So, when I do those shows, it's funny because there's just 3 different types of people who would never be in the same room together, looking at the other character, going what is this? And they do that to each other. So
what's the other characters?
Mr. Panos, he's like a Greek kind of a little racist, a little ethnocentric kind of.
Now that one I like.
Yeah.
That one seems okay. And then the third one?
And then the third one's me doing stand-up. That's how I do the show.
I've seen that.
Yeah, that one, that's when you can take a break.
I brought him up at the Strip a couple of times, and I always see the last, 2 minutes. That's what I watch. But I saw you do that sportscast, or was it you were calling You're calling one sports game as if it were another? What's the bit? It was fucking brilliant.
Which one?
He loves
You're mixing him up with a different
That was the other week. Yeah, his Papas. It was, what if sports was what if LeBron
soccer?
James played soccer? That was
soccer
it.
bit,
What
yeah.
if black guys, was that what it is?
Yeah, that was the bit. Yeah, that was the bit.
Wait.
It's about,
Apparently you're not doing that much anymore, huh?
No, I did it on.
All of it
I loved it
seems
that
so
much.
wrong for 2016.
What happened? You did
was
it
a
on
long time.
Comedy Unleashed and you can't do it again?
I did do that show, though. That show is fucking hilarious. It is the most leashed situation. It is so...
Wait, for people who don't know the show, it's basically the way that show works, though, is that it's what do you call it? He buys the entire half hour, right?
Yeah,
and then
he buys.
Oh, I didn't realize that's how he sells it?
Yeah, and then it's made him like one of the richest guys in television.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's been around forever.
What's his name again?
Byron Allen.
Byron Allen.
He used to be on Real People.
He was the producer of some of those magazine shows. What was the funniest video?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
something similar. But doesn't he go back to like growing up?
He was on Real People. Whatever. What's the one with? He was on with like.
That's what it was.
Skip.
This is old. This is old.
Real People or something like that with the blonde broad.
He
the hot
doesn't
one.
seem that old, actually. But he also did this other show, was a stand-up show where it was like a strip stand-up show, and I hosted a bunch of them. And first when they asked me if I would host, I said yeah, and then the guy was like, "Oh, I gotta ask you, are you still cute?" That's what he said. I had to send myself with the newspaper. So
I wish you would have asked me.
I said, oh, I gotta be honest, I gained a few. So
a
then,
gentleman.
yeah, that was like he realized after I said yes that he was supposed to ask that earlier. Gotta stop the negotiations for a second. So then I went and did it, and then sorry, I keep forgetting the guy's name.
Byron Allen.
Byron Allen took me aside at lunch and he was like, you're a cute girl. You know, if you smiled. Things would
If you smile.
like he was like, give a little dance move out there and just remember to smile, and he was like basically saying like I could have it all if
you just smiled
if
a little
only
bit.
I just tightened my belt and smiled.
Well, the show's shot in California. He gets some of the biggest comics.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody does it. Mm-hmm. You'll see like major fucking comics.
Well, he pays well, and then he.
What do you mean it pays?
Well, it
$600 or
pays-
$700?
it pays-
$500 I got. You guys got
but
seven?
but then you get paid
Jesus.
all the time after.
On
Like
the
that
reruns.
show just
Oh, do you?
keeps paying you.
It runs on Comedy TV and CBS late at night.
And then
Yeah.
and then it runs.
And it's all panel. It's just like, here's the
Yeah.
bit you're going to do, and I'm going to give you a painful setup that doesn't, and then
this
you're going to
is
just go off on your bit.
No
I-
segue, he just goes.
When I was on that show, towards the end of the taping, where I think I bombed throughout the taping, the audience is just like some either paid or studio or
He tells them sometimes applause. He tells them to laugh,
Yes.
like laugh, applause.
So I have to piss so bad. You know when you almost like can't hold it anymore?
Yeah.
So I'm ready. They're ready to wrap. I'm going to run to the
That
bed.
happens to older guys, by the way.
I had to
I
get,
can
and
tell you,
look
it's
into
coming. Don't
Flow
laugh, it's
Man.
coming,
then
pal.
fucking Sam Tripoli gets up to do a bit, and it's like he's doing his one-man show.
I had that with a guy too, where he just like he did the
kept
whole
going.
thing to the audience. He just stood up and basically did his act to the audience.
Well, Sam does this bit about a handicapped guy or something or whatever.
Oh, his crippled guy bit.
The crippled
he can't
guy
do
bit.
it anymore. Remember, you used to do that character,
Cripple guy.
the legless
Sam-
Joe.
This guy Sam did this bit. I have to piss so bad, and the bit's last. I'm going. Is this fucking guy going to wrap this fucking bit already? All right, it's not your HBO special.
Yeah, and
Let's
sit back
fucking
down
go.
and bomb like the rest of us.
Yes.
Don't cheat. Yeah.
I know it is cheating.
He's out like he's working a crowd. Like, sit out and bomb like the rest of us.
Stare in Byron Allen's face, who's
Yeah.
half listening to you and just nodding. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
okay, and then Byron's like, so you just got back from performing with the troops. Oh, you had an abortion. So your parents raped you. You know what I mean? Like, these fucking questions are coming out of nowhere.
You had to write your own setups,
Yeah.
don't you?
No.
Oh.
No, he goes, so he picks something from the joke, and he goes like, so yeah, you like young girls, right? And you're like, yeah, my girlfriend's 24, and you just go into the bit, and he just stands there like fake laughing, and like he's like, they got this glazed over look, because he's somewhere else. He's just like,
and you're doing it
counting money in his head.
Yes. You're doing it with 3 other comedians that you don't know.
No.
Well,
so
I
did it.
I know them all.
Who was sitting next to me that time?
Jimmy Walker.
Jimmy Walker.
Oh, this is so funny.
And
he
would just, anytime anybody said anything, he would just go off about whatever topic that they did. He
did a 10-minute rant. And everybody's just staring at him. It's about phones and
it makes no sense. It's about kids shouldn't have phones, whatever. And then
10 minutes and during
so then Byron goes oh thanks, and goes to break. And then Jimmy Walker turns to me and goes, I had lived that whole thing.
You should have went. You were a genius.
You're amazing.
But I love Jimmy Walker. I worked with him in Raleigh, and he loves Walmart as much as I don't like the whole principle of the people behind Walmart. I just like Walmart because it's convenient. And you
got to defend that. You feel guilty when you shop at Walmart, but if it's there and the shit's cheap,
I mean, what are you going to do?
2 a.m, you need mustard, a chainsaw, golf balls,
and a Carhartt jacket.
It's all there. Right. So,
if you ever want cheap stuff and a guilt feeling,
but he goes as much as me or more. So we left our gig in Raleigh and went to Walmart together, me and Jimmy Walker. But in the car,
great story.
That's a good road
story.
But
wait a second, can I finish?
Oh, sorry.
Can I finish? That's why nobody likes you.
I know.
As I'm driving with him, he's got the best fucking stuff. He knew everybody. I mean, he was around with Pryor.
You mean they knew him? Oh, you're talking about comics,
Walker.
Of course.
He was, but you hear these stories. He has them all.
Freddie
and they're
Prinze.
fucking fascinating. All of them.
Yeah.
Freddie Prinze, Pryor, Shanley, he's back from that era where he, and I'm just asking him as many, I could sit in a car with any comic like that and you ask him a million fucking questions. If I was driving to a gig with Freddie Roman, I would ask him a million Catskill questions. You know what I mean? Because those Catskill guys were a whole nother breed of comics back then compared to the village comics that were working back then, like the Lenny Bruces and Carlin and all them. You had that whole...
Yeah, no, those were the clean guys. The guys with rhythm.
The guys with Catskill. Yeah, Catskill. And stories where they would share like one tuxedo. They kept out in the woods and they would, all wear the same tux, And
they wouldn't work when Milton Berle was on because he was jotting their act.
Is that true? Do you think that's true?
I'm repeating it. I have no idea.
Yeah.
That's the rumor I heard. Why would I stop?
That's the one you want to ask if it's true or not the tuxedo in the woods story.
Yeah.
That does sound like a myth. That does sound like
I want to give Bonnie credit. She's
back in
paying
those
attention.
days, there was one tuxedo, and it lived in the woods.
And it fit everybody. Buddy Hackett would get into the same tuxedo.
The magical tuxedo.
And
when you wore that tuxedo,
the funny was in the tuxedo.
Well.
But I guess, like if you compare back then to the mountain comics compared to the New York, where, like I said, those is, I guess, comparing, mainstream comics to comics doing cruise ships now, right? Or
It's the way the clubs in the city, with the exception of the Cellar, are like the mountains. That's where people work now. And the Cellar is where you go if you're in the business.
But it's changed now. Like it's like you need to. It's almost like you need to have build your own fan base now. It doesn't matter. There's no like system anymore where it's like you get past at a club, you do a late night set, and then it's just
That's
like
why I'm lost.
you almost get hired to do a show or whatever based on your like it's almost like the network wants your fans. So they're like, this guy's got 100,000 followers. Let's give him a show.
That is how it works now, right?
Yeah,
they see how many Twitter followers you have. I have 98, which is why I told you it's August, and thanks for having me.
I told you to look him up before we had him on the show.
This actually could put the show in jeopardy.
Oh,
how many Twitter followers do you really have?
I just started a couple of months ago because I realized this is actually how it happened.
Put that in your bio. They'll be like, look, this just started a couple months ago.
Yes.
But let me tell you something interesting, because obviously my career's not going to be as interesting, but I put a list together. I've been trying to rebuild something with that Comedy USA just because I really miss knowing what's going on. So I put a list together of who has how many Twitter followers.
Yeah.
And starting with, I think Sarah Silverman was at the top.
She has, with 5. She has 5 point. She has almost 6 million.
She was close to the top.
I happen to know
5.
like 400 or 500 of those are not real.
I've heard about that. That's where Trump gets most of his, I heard.
She's not even close to
Kevin Hart was number one.
Yeah, of course. But
there's tons of people with
like 12
what do you got,
million?
80, 100?
No, I got 14,000.
You'll have more soon.
Yeah, that's it.
I really thought you'd have more than that.
That's because your audience doesn't have phones.
No, they don't. Yeah.
They don't have. They have throwaways.
They have throwaways. They got flip phones.
I got about 100,000. That's not much.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That'll put you in the top 50.
That's a lot.
Are you crazy? That doesn't even come close to.
I got to dig this chart out. It was actually fun to see who was in there and how many.
It is different than you think. Like when you're going to try to guess. I mean, some people that you would think have a lot of Twitter followers don't. Like, you can be really famous and not have a lot of Twitter followers.
What's his name? Who I've been listening to on Sirius when he comes on, who is fucking hilarious. What's his name?
Maniscalco. Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh, yeah. Very fucking funny. Right. And I'm going, you know why he's going to be a star or is a star? Because his delivery and it's not.
Who's Sebastian?
He's fucking funny.
He is.
But he fills houses. He was filling houses the way you were talking about it.
But he only has like 20,000 followers.
Yeah.
But he's selling out 10 shows in a row or theaters.
Worked with him at Gotham a couple times. Only guy who ever used a shower.
He did.
He took a shower
in between.
That's
shows.
Hilarious.
He's fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
Sweats up a storm, apparently.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have that many followers, but yet he sells out everywhere.
I think his YouTube clips are like millions. That's probably what it is. It's got to be something online that catches nowadays.
I'm working on facts. I got a lot of facts followers.
It's almost like
FAX facts.
It's almost like when you do a late night set now, you're almost asking a show. You're almost like, hey, can you guys make a really great tape for me for the internet?
I mean, it really is,
Yeah, just a tape for YouTube.
Well, listen, I did those shows before, like you got passed around on the internet or whatever, and it did nothing for you. Literally fucking nothing. Because you're in that weird time zone where TV was important at some point, and then there was too many channels, so nobody gave a shit. Nobody watched live. And then it sort of became important again, because then you could sort of live online.
Yours was I remember yours was great. The HBO half hour. But that was like, what, 2005, right?
Yeah, I think so. 2005 or 2006.
So you just caught like that trend. You were like in that period where it was transitioning. So it was like just and
it didn't matter at all.
Yeah.
Well, I did one show. I don't want to say her name, but I did it 25 times. 25. 2 emails, I think. 2 emails.
Well, because that's the other thing too, is some shows that you do, they make a difference either on your Twitter or that people come to the clubs. And other shows you can do tons of times and nobody shows up at your shows. They don't seem to matter in terms of comedy.
If there was social media back when Tough Crowd, if it was as big, because people will come up to you now and go, I grew up on Tough Crowd. I love Tough Crowd. It was so fucking edgy for
that time.
For that time. Patrice and Nick and fucking.
That was 12 years ago, 13 years ago?
Was it that long ago? It was. We did it together when we first met. How long ago do we?
I don't know. I try not to think about it.
Yeah, it's been like.
Because when I came back to New York,
my mistakes.
I ran into Colin. He let me do the show. It was around 2004.
2002. When did it get canceled? We have a producer that does nothing.
Right after I did it.
He does wave when the show's starting.
When 2005.
And hope somebody sees him.
It got canceled about 2005.
Was it 11 years? People still are on the internet going, we would love to see a Tough Crowd reunion or a Tough Crowd. Whatever.
Well, Larry Wilmore just got canceled. Maybe they should
bring Colin back. Or you could do.
Colin's on fire. He does a one-man show every month. He has a new one.
Cherry Lane Theater loves him. Is that the one down in the Village?
We saw the one there. He just taped one for Netflix. His last one.
It was fantastic.
It was so fucking good.
Is that the New York one?
Yeah, I want to see that. Good.
There's a little mini-series he did where he was a cop.
Yeah. I did it twice. I did it twice and was edited out twice. There's my acting ability. Twice edited out of an internet show. Twice edited out of an internet show.
Playing yourself?
No, playing whatever. I don't know what it was.
We were playing ourselves just as cops.
I guess sometimes they're a stickler for their lines. But we had no direction. Nobody was directing it.
Yeah, it's not our fault. Those fucking assholes.
Yeah, they just let us go, and we were funny. And next thing you know,
I wasn't cut out.
No. Yes, you were cut out the time you did it with me.
I'm in the first episode.
Yeah, you play a prostitute. You're a method actor.
So my daughter had come with me because I couldn't get a babysitter, and she saw me in my hooker outfit, and she goes, "Oh, you should dress like that all the time."
That makes two of us said that to you. Well, anyhow, Colin is probably one of the most creative people I know. He's always, and that's what you got. If you're not creating your own thing, like I don't know why you should be writing on any left-wing TV show.
The audience doesn't know who Rich is talking about. Call in if you think,
Barry should be writing. How are you not writing for any?
I was going to write for your show. We had a meeting once, didn't we? Have a meeting?
Oh yeah.
Whatever happened to that? I was getting psyched for that. Tom Shalhoub was in the room.
Oh, that's right. I would just happen to be there.
What show was that going to be?
I don't know, but
it was a political one.
All fell apart for me after that didn't happen.
Some political
I was hanging
show.
it all on it.
No, Rich said that you told him, Barry.
Oh, good. We're going to go
that
it's not her though.
That
it's not you. I thought.
Well, let's hear the story. I don't know the story.
It's not your name, I know, but I always thought. First time I kind of remember meeting you, and I thought it was you, was when I first moved from San Francisco, where I had somewhat of a radio career, to L.A., where I went into the witness protection program. Wayne Fetterman was extending the province of his, everyone loves Wayne, so we were at the Improv, and he was introducing me to his friends. And I thought it was you, but I'm glad it's not. I'll tell you the story. He says, and I thought it was Bonnie, who said, "Oh, you're the guy who wrote that horrible review about me in Comedy USA." At that point, it would have been 12 to 15 years earlier. I could have sworn it was you. No?
No.
Thank God.
I don't really...
Oh, my God. For all these years, I thought you hate... Oh, because later...
I don't even understand the story, to be honest with you.
I'm a little lost, too. I got to be honest.
He wrote a story...
No, and I didn't write a story. There was a comedy convention, like, way back when. Just to give you guys background, since it wasn't you...
But, you can stop saying it wasn't me, because we don't know that yet. We haven't even gotten all the information.
It could have been Bonnie, but in the magazine. Here, I published a newsletter. It was called Comedy USA Newswire. Giannis, back when I was a boy, about your age.
I'm getting a real comedy lesson today.
Yeah, so it was like the Variety, Hollywood Reporter of our industry at the time when it was booming. And I was also doing stand-up every night and working. So there was a convention. Bud Friedman did it with a guy named Eddie Kritzer.
I remember that in Vegas, right?
In Vegas. And I helped them get that first one off the ground. And everybody wanted to be in the showcases. And when I went out there, a bunch of my friends from New York didn't make it. But there was a young lady.
Well, what year was this?
1988.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was still in fucking high school. So, thank you.
You were in high school?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
In 88?
Yes.
No.
Did you guys just
But there is a kicker to this. Why I thought it was you. Are you out of your mind?
Think about it.
Oh, you were, I can't say how old you are. You were just getting, yeah, you were probably in like
we don't
10th
talk
grade.
age, huh? We talk your age.
Oh, my God.
Oh, was that a joke?
Oh, my God. No. Are you fucking kidding me?
What do you mean?
Great. I love
Go
this.
ahead. Sorry, go ahead. I'm not lying.
Bonnie was in
Let me
high
make
school.
a short story even longer.
I have no idea what is in your head, but I actually know when I graduated high school.
Well, I didn't graduate, so
Okay.
I don't know.
So
That was a good comeback. They didn't actually have high school.
Why
when
would you
Richard-
get mad if I just don't know your numbers? Why would you get mad over
because
that?
you're making it seem like I'm lying. You always do
No,
that. You always go,
I did not get that impression.
Okay,
No,
go
I
ahead.
made
I'm
it seem
sorry.
like I didn't
just
know.
hate him for a lot of other reasons. But that's,
I just made it
that
seem
might
like
be
I didn't
misplaced
fucking
anger.
know.
Hence the name of the show.
I just made it seem like I didn't know. I didn't make it seem like you were lying. No.
All right, let me
Okay,
wrap
carry
this up.
on.
Told me to shut up
So
under her breath.
in any case,
All right, so there was a young lady hosted a bunch of the show. She was the host, and she was very raw, very
Did you
young.
host any shows in Vegas during the convention?
I left the farm 3 times, and that could have happened. Yeah,
And I did write in the article somebody who wasn't ready for that spot took spots from other people. Cut to a few years later, someone emails me, you were on a Jimmy Dore. Did you ever do a Jimmy Dore podcast?
Yeah, I mean, what?
Right, and
I didn't know there was Jimmy Dore podcasts in '88.
No, this is 2011. That's why I thought it was you. Am I still not making any sense?
Okay,
No.
So then, 30 years
clarifying it.
later,
At least I
I
know
didn't get the
I'm
jump
not.
from 88 to 2011, but now that you clarified, I get it. So podcast.
Many years later, during a podcast, a friend of mine says, hey, they're talking about you. And all I heard from the clip my friend sent me was it was you and another woman saying, yeah, you really want to work with Barry Weintraub. He's really going to help your career. So, which, believe me, I have no idea what it was. So I thought, because I remembered it was, I obviously not remembering correctly, I thought it was you in the Improv all those years earlier, which would have been 2000, I don't know, 96, 97, 98, somewhere around there. So I thought you thought I had written a terrible review of you, but I dug it out once, and it wasn't your name.
Do you remember the name?
But the fact that it wasn't my name didn't slow his role at all.
She could have been going under a different name.
All these years, every time I'm near Bonnie, I'm like, this woman hates my guts.
No, I can see her
That's what I
you.
thought.
I
was like, she hadn't seen my act yet, so I didn't understand why she would hate my guts.
Because it wasn't her.
If you hate Barry, give us a call, 866-969.
Now we've opened it up. I feel better about this. Bonnie, I'm so sorry. I had no idea it wasn't you that
You don't have to
didn't hate
apologize to me. You have to apologize to the
Why
woman
don't you
who
find
you
the
wrote.
article online?
But first of all, why were you writing reviews of comedians?
I had literally produced that thing, that particular. I helped them get that thing off the ground. Then they dumped me for Rick Siegel, who had a lot more money at a better magazine.
Okay, but then so then you worked at a newspaper or something, some publication.
I published it.
You published the.
Comedy USA used to be a bunch of things. It was a directory of the industry. It was a book at one point this thick that had everybody's name, number. I mean, we probably had your home number.
And then you just had like one weird review in it?
No. And then there was something called the Newswire.
And then there was the misogynists section.
Oh, it's always a female. Why do you always
you see, that's what I thought it was.
Bonnie, I got a question. I did a show the other night at the Stand, and a woman stood up and told me I sucked, and she screamed next. Was that you? She was a woman, and she had a woman's voice.
She was 62 years old.
I have a question,
so
too.
That's what I'm thinking.
I was fucking this girl the other night, and she said, get off.
That was me. Yes, that one was real. That's true. I might not be the only one.
Have I made you feel terrible about this? Because I
don't feel
think she's not
at all.
I think she was confused.
And I think everyone is now confused.
Yeah, I think confused. But you have a lot of relief knowing it wasn't her.
For all these years, every time I'm near you, I
guarantee
Bonnie
you can
hates
find
me.
the article on the internet. And we can
No.
You
won't until I scan it.
I would love to know
I'm
who
the only one who would still have that.
This comedian is.
That was the, I'll dig up the name, but it wasn't you.
The producers tell me he's miming something. He's like, I can't.
I'm looking all over for that article.
No, you never find it. I have to scan it because I was.
Yeah, you got to go to the library.
Back to the 1980s.
Can you run down to the microfiche machine at the library?
Somebody else could have scanned the article.
Nobody's archiving Comedy USA until I get around to it. Nobody gave a shit. I mean, if you
think you've written something negative
online,
about me, let me know. 866.
He knows the girl's name, but he won't say it.
I honestly don't.
You
do.
Do you have Comedy USA at home?
Back in 2011, when I heard the podcast and I heard, the joke about Barry Weintraub, because you said something.
Well, he thought he knew the name till right now.
I looked it up.
He thought the name was Bonnie McFarlane.
But I'm sure I never talked about you on a podcast. I think that's a different person also, because I only did his podcast one time with my friend Lynn Shawcroft, and we were talking about Women Aren't Funny, and we played clips of that movie.
Our movie.
All right. Well, listen,
maybe you just
I
hear
feel
it.
terrific that I was able to fill a little time here with this story. I feel like I got it off.
I don't know. Here's the thing that I feel weird about. I don't think we can believe anything more that you say. I'm not sure. We're going to have to fact check everything that happens. Let's take a call.
Yeah, I'll run for president.
That's
hey, who are you?
Mike in Canada.
Mike, go ahead.
I hate Canadian calls.
Why?
I don't work Canada.
Wasn't Vos, I love you, man. Wasn't the joke that who's this guy? He's not going to help my career. I've never fucking heard of this guy. Who's heard of this guy? It's a funny joke.
If I did do that joke, yeah, it would have been a funny joke. Thank you.
Well, you don't have to hear of somebody to mean they have a career or not have a career.
Well, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that you might not know about that could really help you.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, there's so many guys that used to be comics in New York.
This guy's like, you guys have just taken my joke now, and you're unraveling it. This is, if you have a joke to tell, call us. We'll break it down till it's not funny anymore.
What part of Canada are you from?
From Ontario. I live in a small town.
We just did the Montreal Festival, and me and Bonnie blew it up. Anyhow.
I love the Canadians.
Was Kindler there again this year?
Yeah, he's so fucking good.
Dude, you guys fucking sucks, man.
What's that?
He's not funny at all, Kindler.
You're 100% wrong. You are. You know why you're saying that?
Not funny to me.
I'm going to tell you why you're saying that.
He might not be funny to him, though, because I kind of sometimes get when people who aren't in the business.
No, but I'll tell you why this guy's saying that, because he's an Anthony fan, and Andy went after Anthony 2 years ago.
Oh.
Is that right or wrong? Am I right or wrong?
No, although I did hate that, I just think the guy's not funny. I genuinely listened to him to try to find out if he was funny.
I think
he's so annoying. Where's his fucking jokes? They suck.
It's kind of an attitude. Good. I love Kimmel.
I know, but that's the thing. Is like I sometimes feel like I've sat in audiences where Andy's on stage, like at the Improv in LA or something, and all the comedians are lined up against the back, laughing their asses off, and people in the audience will literally turn to look back, like what is happening? And sometimes I feel like it's like if I were to listen to somebody talk really intricately about plumbing. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like, I don't understand what's happening right now.
Little inside.
I just remember that bit he did, which a million years ago, about his mother. Andy, I was in Sausalito. The people are very nice and well kept. It's just the way he says things. He says things funny.
Yes.
You know who used to be
a very funny
the way
guy.
that Bonnie just described Kindler? You remember Colin when he used to do sets at Catch? Everyone in the back was laughing.
Yes.
I actually have an interview where he goes, Barry, I'm like only funny to the 5 guys in the back of the fucking room. That's how funny I am. Nobody else gets me.
We saw that on this HBO special where he sat on the end of the stage.
I warmed up the crowd for that show.
In Miami?
Yes. I warmed up the crowd for that show, and I was outside, and people go, that was at a point in time where I had an act, and I was actually funny. There was a time. Yeah.
Him and Mario taped that night. Mario Joyner, right? They taped in Miami. Well,
Ellen DeGeneres, yeah. Yes, they taped one. Ellen DeGeneres taped the next day with Dana Gould.
So you fucking warmed up the crowd.
And then he walks out in the crowd, sits on the stage and is bullshitting. And I'll be honest, I was fucking bitter. I'm like, that's who gets an HB. He did, and it was brilliant. Everyone loved the shit out of it, but he didn't do an act.
I feel like he couldn't follow your warm-up.
I had a hot warm-up that time, Bonnie. Let me tell you something. Back in the day, I was topical. I had my shit going.
It sucks being the warm-up, watching everybody else. It's just like sucks hosting a showcase, like an industry showcase. I remember I hosted one at the Improv in LA. I was just in town. I go, do you want to host? I go, yeah. And it was an industry thing for some dumb TV show. But they don't even know you're alive when you're the host. And you could be killing better than any comic.
You were funny. You ought to be a comic.
Yeah. You ought to do a set.
You ought to try this. You were very good.
Well, my neighbor, this is kind of interesting thing, how much people know about the way comedy works. So I don't tell anyone that I'm a comedian. I go by Bonnie Vos in my hometown. But somehow people found out that I was doing Colbert and at my gym. And so this guy came up and he was like, aren't you supposed to be somewhere tonight? Because we taped it a day early. And I was at first I was confused, and then anyway, so I said, "Oh no, it's airing tonight, but I taped it yesterday." And then as I'm talking, some more people are coming around, and this girl's standing there, and she's asking me questions about it, and I'm embarrassed, but I'm telling them, honestly about it. And then she goes, "Were you nervous?" And I go, "Well, I've done it before a few times, so it's fine." And oh, okay. Then a couple days later, she comes up to me. She goes, "I don't know if you follow comedy or anything. Do you know any other comics?" I was like she just thinks that I just like it at home.
And you just do it?
I just sent a tape of myself to Colbert, and they put me on.
This is the CBS Colbert?
Yes.
Yeah, people outside.
How could somebody be under a rock at that point?
Well,
Seriously?
They just don't know that there's a scene. They don't know. Yeah,
they have no idea. They think comedy is a weird thing. If they haven't heard of you, then it's like the only people that are in the clubs in New York, because they don't go. People don't go see comedy.
Right.
That it's like they're going to come to the club and they're going to see Ellen DeGeneres and Louis C.K. and Amy Schumer. They're just going to see everyone they've ever known. Chris Rock, of course, Rich Voss. Everybody knows who Rich Voss is.
Yes, I'm very popular.
I get introduced by that sometimes. She's married to Rich Voss.
I remember before I started doing comedy, I thought when I saw Eddie Murphy or whoever do a special, I thought they were doing specials because they were actors. I didn't know that they were comedians. I didn't even know there was a such thing.
Right.
And you grew up in Queens?
No, Brooklyn. Park Slope.
Oh, Brooklyn. That is
He's Greek.
I just had no idea.
By the way, I saw that piece on you in the New York Times. Congratulations on your apartment.
Thanks,
that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, what was it?
I bought a tiny apartment in Bay Ridge. And I guess that's
you got covered in the real estate section, which is huge coverage for a comedian.
Yeah, about buying an apartment. I had to buy an apartment to get an article written about me.
At least it's a comic earned enough money to buy an apartment.
Yeah, but now they're going to do a sitcom around your one bedroom.
I should write that. I didn't even think about that.
Your one room fucking
get a deal and then have it not work out.
When does that? That doesn't happen.
It happens all the time.
Come on, stop.
Every friend I have has had 4.
Please,
and
we have a call.
That's beautiful.
It has to go through a certain screening system. Once the name gets up there, then...
No, it's right up there.
Well, then there's no screener. That means I'm just going to answer the phone.
Yeah. Who's the screener?
Hello?
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 He's doing signs again.
Hello?
Don't you know?
Hello?
There you go.
Hello?
Hello?
What?
Hello?
You want to order?
Yes, you called us.
Am I?
This is dead air. You need to talk.
Honestly, we don't know how the phones work.
Hear. The volume was very low. I couldn't hear.
Okay,
right,
but
don't
did
get
you
an
have to?
attitude.
Did you go through a Did you go through a screener or anything, or is just?
Yes.
You did. Oh, okay. So
What can we do for you?
So, is the guy in studio, is that Kumar from Harold and Kumar?
yes,
That's what he sounds like.
yes,
Exactly.
that's who it is.
You are. Now, are you just listening, or is there video in here?
Yeah, I'm listening on the radio. Yeah, you sound a lot like him. That's why I was wondering.
I parked my car 3 days ago and can't find it. Isn't that Harold and
The
Kumar?
other guy.
No.
Did he do the voice of Sylvester?
Yeah, I did.
That Sylvester the cat?
No, he's talking about
The
me
other
with
guy?
the slur.
Oh,
You talking about me?
Okay, I just hung up on him.
It was nice of him to
There's
make
another
the
good call.
Oh my God.
We're supposed to take calls. That's what we get.
You don't give out the number, though, right? That people know.
Hello.
It's probably right on the car screen.
866-969-1969.
What? You're on the air. Whoever you, Dave.
Bonnie,
Yes.
it's the Alan Combs of the My Wife Hates Me show.
Yes. I don't know what it means, but thank you for calling in. Am I the Alan Combs?
But what wind tunnel are you calling
yes,
from?
you are, unfortunately.
The voice of reason?
sounds like he's skydiving.
Yes, I'm skydiving into Silicon Valley. When are you going to be here?
I am coming to LA, but I don't know if I can meet up with you.
No. Come North Bay, San Francisco. Where?
I don't know. Never. Let's see. Let me check my schedule.
Come on, please.
Not happening. I would love to.
Rooster T.
but
Feathers. You can work Rooster T. Feathers.
It's more like people have to pay me money to come.
I'll pay you whatever you want.
Oh, wow.
You know her husband's listening.
Yeah,
you know
it's
that,
like
right?
an indecent proposal.
I know.
He doesn't care if the money's right.
I'm
Rich is like, how much we
looking.
talking?
What can I say?
What club do you own?
Club Dave. I don't know.
Oh my God, that was such
I'm telling you, we've been on the air 2
Your
years.
phone calls are scintillating.
I'm not going to lie, and this might be a compliment, but you're probably one of our worst callers ever. I just want you to know that you brought nothing to the table. You had time to think about it, and you were on hold, and you add nothing. So, what
Dave.
you think?
Rich.
I had such high hopes for you when I
know.
answered.
God, can anybody be interesting? Does
Dave, do you work
anybody
for
have
Google or do you work for Apple or somebody down in the South Bay?
No, I'm a construction superintendent. I build huge homes for super nerds.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody's got to live somewhere, right?
Hope you
Not a
get
lot of
your
room to build
thumb
out
with a
there,
hammer
though.
tomorrow.
None of us had anything funny to say on that, Dave.
Super nerd.
All right, thank you for calling. Get back to work.
You know what? I got anxiety from that call.
Why?
Because it's just...
He seemed like a nice fellow.
He's a
you
fan
just-
of your wife's.
I don't... Yeah.
In many ways.
He crossed the line a little bit, right?
No. Not with
Are you
her.
engaged to your girlfriend?
No, not yet.
Do you have a new girlfriend?
I do.
Who?
Not yet.
A comic?
Not a comic, thank God. Yeah, I mean, you guys are making it work, but
Yeah,
I did
they
that
got it
before.
This
My
is-
ex was a comic, and that was just, I can't believe I did it.
Who was it?
I saw your ex in Montreal. Do you
Who
have
is
any...
it? I don't know who it is.
Hold on. Do you still talk with her? Are you friendly with her?
No, I mean, we're not, there's nothing, you know, it's just kind of like, you know,
But how long
there's
do you
no
go out with her
animosity.
for?
Is it Fortune Feimster? Who is it?
How long do you go out with her for?
2.5 years.
And...
So I just
Wait,
keep
but
guessing people.
Hold on.
Jessica Kirson.
No, hold on. But before you went out with her,
I feel like
when
he's
you
got
were
a type.
dating her,
Yeah.
she wasn't as famous as she is now.
Not
Did
even
she-
close.
Did she dump you when she started getting heat?
Yeah,
or
she did.
Oh,
was it-
I know who it is now.
Yeah.
It's
Rosie
that.
O'Donnell.
Who looks terrific, by the way. She's really doing some great things.
I can't remember her name.
It's
You wanna
Miss
start playing
Pat. It's
credit?
Miss Pat.
MTV.
Miss Pat.
Ms. Pat. Is it Ralphie May?
It's Yamika Sanders.
Yamika?
Yamanika. No, it's what's her name? Jessie.
Yes.
Jessie May.
Jessie May Peluso.
I saw her in Montreal.
Oh, right.
And I'm not going to say this to her new boyfriend. Smoking hot. I'm not going to lie. He's a 10.
Yeah, good for her.
No.
Good. She knows. She, you know.
She traded up.
She traded up. She traded everything up.
But she dumped you when she got more heat?
Yeah, that's when it started, you know?
So how did it begin? You were doing stand-up and she wasn't? Or you met her as a comedian?
I met her. She was like, she was living in Hoboken at the time, and she wasn't doing much stand-up. She was doing it like once a month, or she was bartending, and we started dating and stuff. And then, yeah, she got on that show, and things started moving quick.
She just went past you so hard.
So fast. So hard and so fast.
fast.
For our listeners at home, what show would that have been?
Girl Code. Girl
Code. So did she get Girl Code while you were still together?
While we were still together.
And so then was that hard on you?
It was rough, yeah. I mean, it was tough.
Why is that?
Just ego. Just ego.
Just your own man ego?
You know what ego stands for?
Yeah. Huh?
You know what ego stands for?
Oh, God, sorry.
Easing God out.
I like that.
He's like, he doesn't know you're joking it out. He's like,
easing God out.
Yeah, no, I learned a lot from that. Like, yeah, I had to, it was humbling. It was good.
So, but wait a second.
Yeah.
Was it the fact that, not that she got the show, that she was headlining and you don't think she was ready to headline?
I think it was the pain that I was in love with the girl. So when we broke up, I think it was the pain of that, and then having to see her success and how she just looked so happy. Like I remember, the funniest thing was it was my birthday, and it was the day of the MTV red carpet. So I went on Vine, you know that app Vine, and there was this was on my birthday. And there was a Vine of her and this comedian, Jeff Dye. Do you know Jeff Dye?
Yeah.
He's like fucking
He just
handsome.
got a big show, too.
He's a 12 on the one.
Yeah.
He's a 12. And he's a nice guy, though.
Yeah, I heard he's a real nice guy, yeah.
See, like, it's
but
weird
they were just
because...
on the red carpet together doing
No, they did a Vine. I saw the Vine, and it was like them pretending to make out. And I was just like, I couldn't breathe. I remember just no oxygen. I was like, I had no oxygen in me. I almost fainted. My blood pressure dropped.
Didn't that happen with you and Nancy Redmond when
3 times? See, but they don't know Nancy.
I know, but
he just took a shot at me like you wouldn't believe.
Now what? Now was there? I want to know. Just to help me figure it out. So you're in this relationship. You're the big man to begin with, right?
Big man, yeah.
You really were working a lot more. You kind of you probably were telling her about the business a lot, how it works, what to do, maybe helping her with her stand up.
Took her on the road, the whole thing.
Okay.
Oh,
But
she opened for you on the road?
She's opening for you. You're saying stuff like, you got to learn to do crowd work. Here's how you handle this situation. Oh, is that you?
Yes. I knew you before you put your foot on the front
table. Now, the thing that you didn't... Here's the thing that I think you did wrong, okay? Yeah. You didn't put a baby in her and move her to the middle of New Jersey.
That's what I should have done.
Right after she had an HBO special, you fucking shut that
Rich.
shit down.
Now you're working it out. Now I'm hearing some... How far into Jersey are you from the bridge or the tunnel?
It's an hour without traffic. However, you'd have to just come in at midnight. I mean, that would be...
to have no traffic.
To ever... Yeah, he loves to say it's an hour.
It's an hour. We live by
It's never fucking been an hour.
But life isn't all about success, right? It's about balance and happiness and having a good marriage.
You can tell by my face I'm ecstatic about where I'm at in my life. No, I actually... It did take me a while to sort of come to grips with having to change the way that I viewed my career and what I had to do. Because I did want a baby. That was something that I wanted. And he came with that and dealt with it.
I was fucking such an eligible bachelor.
You're amazing, and I'm so happy that we got together. But we're not going to talk about what a great guy you are right now. What I would like to get to is that when she started succeeding and getting things, what kind of conversations were you guys having as a couple? Like when she would say to you, "Oh, I just got girl code." Did you go, "What about me?"
No, I don't say all. You know,
I didn't say it was about you. I'm just asking questions.
I was extremely supportive. I really was.
And
yeah. I was.
And you were truly happy for her.
Truly happy for her. Yeah, I was truly
unlike
happy
me.
For her. Yeah.
So then, what went wrong?
I think we were living together. She was still bartending until, after we broke up, I think. And so we were living together.
You're not going to cry, though, are you?
I might. No.
I make no promises.
This would be a Goodwill Hunting moment. No. So we had 3 dogs together. We were living together. We were living at my mother's house because my mother has
3 dogs.
We had one.
Jesus, who
on paper that
who
doesn't
gets
read
that
well.
third
There were
dog?
3 dogs and we're living at my mother's
like
house.
she had I get it. Like in retrospect now, like she had to go. She had to go on the road. She had to go live. I got an offer at that time to do this show for Fusion in Miami. So I ended up moving to Miami for a year, but I turned it down at first because I wanted to stay with her. And then when she broke up with me, I was like, fuck it. I left for Miami for a year and did a show down there.
Yeah, but you're in fucking Miami doing TV.
Oh,
that's a good way to bounce
Miami was
back,
great.
right?
Oh,
if you rebound,
if you guys break up, go to Miami for a year.
Huh?
If you guys ever break up,
I'm going there being married.
As soon as in 4 years, he has to go legally. He's a Jew of a certain age.
That was really funny.
I'm very supportive.
I feel like that deserves more. That was a good joke.
She doesn't think I'm supportive of her. I'm very supportive.
No, I do think you're supportive of me. I do. That's not the truth. The truth is that we do get in arguments because sometimes your own ego, eclipsing God or easing God out.
What does that mean, really? Easing God out of
I know. Because you're thinking about yourself and you're not thinking about God.
But then would you be easing God in?
No. God is.
If there's an easing God out, where's the ego? Right?
See?
If there's an ego, there should be an ego.
If you ease God, if you let things go the way they're supposed to go and the way it's meant to be, you don't have an ego. If you're following God's plan, then you shouldn't have an ego because you're following the plan.
Ugh, God.
How long were you in rabbinical school before they said this is not going to work out for you?
It's more of a recovery thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that like because my buddy's in recovery and he's all
easing
about that.
God out though?
I think it's more like an autism thing where you just have to put make everything an acronym. You know?
Want me to tell you what fear stands for? Fear?
Oh my God!
False evidence appearing real.
Ooh.
Or what's the one that ends?
Is going to kill you.
Or fuck everything and run.
Right.
Yeah, oh, it's such a fun thing to live with him.
It's hard for me because I got physical issues that's driving me nuts.
See, but talking about you as an issue, we were talking about Bonnie, and we were talking about Bonnie's career and how marrying you apparently has had some repercussions.
Not necessarily in a negative way. I'm not saying that. I did have to. But the thing that I had to do was refigure it out, and you didn't. You got to just kind of keep doing what you were doing.
I had to refigure it out. I have a wife and another child. I had 2 grown daughters, so don't think I had to refigure out my life too, just as much. Not in a geographical change like you did, but in a physical and an emotional change.
So you didn't just take her to the suburbs. You fucking buried her in the woods, is what I'm hearing.
No, it's not that. I didn't bury her anywhere. People make their own decisions in life.
Where'd you live before? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in northern Canada. People can buy my book on Amazon. It's called "You're Better Than Me." Tells it all.
It's a great book, man.
Tells it all.
I'm almost done still.
Yeah, no. This is the thing that's funny, just as an aside, that's funny about Rich, and he's a supportive guy, but he hasn't read my book. But
I've read it all except 2 chapters so far.
Right, you still have 2 chapters. The book's
married how long?
It's pretty good.
10 years, right? 11?
Well, he didn't want to read the book before it was done. And then when it was done, he was like, I'm not going to read it till it comes out.
And then it came out.
And then it came out, and he wanted but then I was like, oh, here's the, they give you an advanced copy, that you give to people. It's not like it's like a galley.
The galley.
He didn't want to read that one just because in case there was mistakes. So then he had to wait till the actual book came out, and then, he would read it, and then he would come in, and he wouldn't say like, "Oh, I can't believe this happened to you," or "What an interesting story." I know, but you wouldn't say like, "Oh, this was a funny way you wrote that," or anything. He'd just be like, 2 more pages.
I've had this argument with her though, but I know she's never listened to my CDs all the way through. It's the same thing.
Well, who has? That's a tough thing to ask someone to do. You're hilarious, and your CD is actually available
on iTunes. The 141 IQ is on iTunes
or
right now.
Or if you sign up.
Or Still Empty Inside. Oh, yeah. If you sign up on our podcast, My Wife Hates Me, if you go...
It's the same name, but it's a different thing.
It's a podcast on iTunes.
And it's different than our live shows, also called My Wife Hates Me.
.com. If you sign up for the archives...
We took branding to a whole new level.
141 IQ is behind the wall. It's $1.99 a month.
You should call your new CD My Wife Hates Me.
Oh, enough of this fucking title. Enough of you, enough of them. We should take a break soon.
Okay.
Miami.
Plugs.
Waiting for you.
I'm too old for Miami. Last time I was in Miami single.
Yeah.
I was down there with Opie and we were both single. And we went down on vacation. It's when he was fired and on break.
And he was single?
Yeah, he was single. And
you better hope so.
It's way before Lindsay. And it was after he broke up.
I'll tell her.
And we're down there. I don't know why. We shared a room at Doral. I got us at Doral to play golf. My friend.
But why
did he share a room? He's a millionaire, and we just shared a room, and we're laying there, and I'm smoking in bed at night. You know.
Oh my God! Could you imagine being in a room with someone who smoked?
We're telling depressing childhood stories, and then we're sitting, on the strip where you feel like you're in Europe, but you're an old man looking at all the tens walk by, and we ended up, having. Well, I guess they had drinks. I had coffee with these two ladies. One was a young girl who was fucking hot and with a 60-year-old friend. I think I ended up making out with a 60-year-old lady or something.
You're drinking hot coffee.
Yeah, you did not do Miami right.
I don't drink. I don't drink, so.
And he won't drink an iced coffee. That's the other thing you won't do.
If I'm going to drink something thirst quenching, it won't be fucking coffee. That's not thirst quench. That's stupid. Iced coffee
It dehydrates you. You don't need the coffee.
Iced coffee is stupid.
It's very stupid.
It's dumb.
Why is it stupid?
It's because if you want something like that, then get a fucking, Vita Water Light or a.
Well, you'll drink an iced tea, though, right?
Huh?
All right, let's take a break.
What are you supposed to do on a hot day, though? You just have a hot coffee outside?
No, he takes a hot coffee. He'll have a hot coffee.
I'll have a hot coffee.
Today he had a hot coffee.
Yeah, I'm going to have one right now.
I never bought this theory. They say if you drink something hot on a hot day, it cools you on the inside.
That's completely
bullshit.
bullshit.
That's if you jump into a furnace on a hot day.
I would figure on a hot day. I like coffee. On a hot day, I have a nice coffee.
That's gay.
I didn't know.
Maybe
I'm
that's
sorry.
Why she broke up with you?
I thought
because of the iced coffee.
Oh my God, she's with her friends.
Everything makes sense now.
He drinks iced coffee. Oh my God, get rid of him.
Get the tour bus going.
You better hope he takes that job in Miami. All right, everybody, we'll be back right after this.
No. This Thursday. You guys do your plugs too. The comedy shop. This Thursday go to comedyshop.com because I'm in Mattawan Thursday night. Friday somewhere in the
SHOPPE.
The Wiltshires. You got to look on my website. I don't know the name.
What?
And Saturday go to treehousecomedy.com. I'm in Trumbull Saturday. Next weekend, Funny Bone Omaha. If you're buying on Amazon, go to amazon.richvoss.com. My 141 IQ is on iTunes right now. What do you got coming up?
Philly Punchline, August 25th to the 27th. Tickets online.
Cool. Anything you want to put on the website?
The website.
Your Twitter. Your Twitter.
No, Twitter.
You want people to follow you?
I'll be hosting a show with Giannis Pappas at some point in the future at the comic strip.
No, what's your new Twitter thing?
No, Comedy USA. I actually digitized some of the old magazines. If you're a fan of old comedy, you can go onto that website.
Comedy what?
ComedyUSA.com.
Bonnie, how's the flow? Are you still bleeding?
It's crazy how much I'm bleeding, and I just have to walk around like it's normal. Like I'm just having normal conversations with people. I feel like you should be able to, if you're a woman, to just be like, "Oh, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Oh, I'm bleeding."
You should.
Mania.
I want to have sex, but it's not her time of the month. She jabbed herself with a knife.
He accuses me of that, so that I won't have to have sex
She'll
with
fucking
him.
ram a knife in her fucking snatch, not to fuck me.
Kind of like genital mutilation to take you into a break. That's nice.
We'll be right back. If you know who sings this song, I'll buy you dinner tonight.
You know, it's sad. Rich is going to buy me dinner tonight. Why would you know this?
Well, how can I tell?
So you're from a foreign country. I mean, this stuff didn't make it.
Drake?
No.
Drake? Did you say Drake? Rich has no idea who that is.
It's a cupcake.
And Drake is Canadian.
I know he is.
Is he white or black?
He's both.
I know what you mean by that.
Which I don't stand. No,
He's also black and Jewish.
He's black and Jewish, yeah.
Yes, he is.
Is he?
That's a nice combination. Because the Jews are liberal people. They're always looking to expand the tribe.
You don't know who this is, Bonnie?
Of course I do.
Who?
I'll give you a minute. It's one of those
early
70s.
Yeah, there were 5
71.
bands, 6 bands that sounded like this all at the same time. So.
It wasn't Loggins and Rick Messina.
And it wasn't bread.
The Bee Gees.
It wasn't bread. We can eliminate who it was.
Is it a food band?
No, but one could have been married, that name,
Can you
to...
shut the fuck up, though?
to a supermodel.
Ooh, I got it. Can I say it?
Yeah.
Billy Joel.
No.
Oh. Damn it. Christy Brinkley, no?
He was serious, right?
No, I said the name. The name.
Oh, because there were two voices.
Oh, is it the Billy Joels?
No. Seals and Croft.
Seals and Croft. But you could have said Hall and Oates and you would have been in the ballpark.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a band name.
Seals and Croft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have any other songs that were hits?
They might have had a couple, but I'm telling you, I was in the coffee shop the other day having the same conversation when Bread was playing. Remember the band Bread?
Yes,
they sounded just
that
like
was
this.
when Eric Clapton was with Bread.
Yeah, but
wasn't
they were
he?
yeah, you're right. It was.
Welcome to My Wife Hates Me, 1960s edition. If you want to get in on our conversations, you can call us at 866-969-1969, Sirius 206, XM 103, but you
Okay.
already know that because you're listening.
This Thursday, I'll be at the Comedy Shop in Mattawan. Friday, somewhere. Go to my website. Saturday, treehousecomedy.com. Next weekend,
Do you ever do this when
Thursday.
you're at a show?
Next weekend, I'm doing Thursday through Sunday at the Funny Bone in Omaha. But Wednesday night, I'm at a casino in fucking
Are
somewhere.
people frantically writing all this information down? I
It's
don't
on the
understand how it...
I'm
It's
at
on
a
my
casino somewhere.
No, in,
It's like a treasure hunt. You guys figure it out.
Is it in Reno?
Do you want to
No.
see me or don't you?
Is it at an Indian reservation?
Jeff Johnson book. It's a casino in
America.
what's the where are the Penguin in Sioux City?
Sioux City.
Sioux City Wednesday night.
New
Next
comedy club there. I just posted a story about that.
Can you spell Sue?
SIOUX.
No.
Or
I think it is.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think.
I thought it was
City.
SOI.
no. SIOUX.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
How do you like
Richard,
that? Yeah.
171 IQ now
It's
available.
141 IQ
Oh, right.
on
Sorry.
iTunes.
Is that
I
good?
gave you
Is
some
that
more.
good?
I have a very high IQ, but I did it on the internet.
Okay, so let's 4 or 5 times. So let's get to it. Let's talk a little bit about sexism at the Olympics, right?
You know what pissed me off?
Okay, go ahead.
When they went after that girl for the Star Spangled Banner,
Gabby.
not holding her hand.
I knew it
but
was
here's the thing. I
Don't
never
try to interrupt him, okay, when he's on a rant.
No.
He'll just hold up his finger at you,
listen. I'll never.
indicating, step down.
No, I've never put my hand on my chest during the Star Spangled Banner. You do that during the Pledge of Allegiance.
Correct.
During the Star Spangled Banner, you stand at attention and you sing along if you want, or you
go.
But you never go like this for the.
But doesn't people always take their hats and put it on here at baseball games when they
Yeah, and if you don't, I got harassed for not doing that.
A differing of opinion.
But here's the thing. That's for the Pledge of Allegiance. You put your hand
You're
on
correct,
it.
but
Okay.
people get a little overzealous.
If I might.
What happens during My Country 'Tis of Thee? Are you supposed to put both your hands on
I
your
believe that's a
fucking-
British song. They
His-
used to make us sing it, but that
really?
was a British song. So-
On his Twitter, his avatar is an American flag.
There's a reason I do
So-
that, though.
Why?
Well, because, anytime you do political material, you can be polarizing. So during the 2 conventions, I was trying to live tweet some shit. There were a couple of good jokes and a lot of duds, but I decided to go with the American flag because before that I had a thing of Hillary looking pixelated, and I was calling her Hillary Bot, which I think she is. But we haven't talked politics. This is not a politics
No,
show.
we do sometimes. You don't. You're not a fan of Hillary
We do.
or Donald Trump.
We
or
never
you?
do it intelligently.
Yeah, but we do
But
it.
we do
well,
it.
then I've come to the right place.
Are you a fan of
We're
Hillary?
not informed.
I am not a fan of Hillary's. No, but obviously I'm going to vote for Hillary.
we're forced to.
There's a gun to my head. I've never been a fan of hers. I think sometimes I hold myself a little bit responsible. I don't think she's as bad. For 25 years, the right-wing media has been making us hate the Clintons. And
also, and they've been making us hate the Bushes.
but when Scott Pelley said to her, the American people, can you tell the American people will always tell the truth? Her answer was, well, Scott, I'd like to. And, that's my problem with Hillary Clinton. She's a real politician.
Yeah.
Which I would prefer to the fucking clown.
Seems transparent to me.
But here's
Well, she
to
did.
say I would like to.
I would like to, but sometimes I guess if you're a politician.
Hey, politics. You know how it is, pal.
I
if you
do.
were watching The Apprentice, say 5 years ago, just watching The Apprentice, sitting around with your friends,
Was Gilbert Gottfried on that year?
yeah, or anybody, and you sat there and go, "Hey, will you vote for him as your president?" No one would have said yes back then.
Right.
No one.
I think I might have.
No, you know what I mean? No one. So, and I'm not, just because I
really like that.
Just because I dislike Trump doesn't mean I'm pro Hillary.
Here we go. This was the thing that you. Let's just talk about if you make jokes about anything political now. I mean, I do think if you haven't gotten a death threat, then you're
not doing your job.
Yeah, you haven't been doing the right jokes.
I told you I had 2 outbursts in the last fucking month and a half.
That's why I called you.
Yeah. I mean, I was on stage Saturday, and I do a couple Trump jokes, and one is negative towards Hillary. Then later on, and then some guys, why do you talk about Hillary? Why do you do? Hey, it's not an open forum. I do the jokes that I want to fucking do. And these people are so fucking invested, and they seem so violent, like they wanted. Outside, I was standing outside selling CDs, and in the guy's eyes, it looked like he wanted to rip he called me a liberal. He goes, "You liberal." I've never been called a liberal. I'm fucking moderate. And
you're a moderate conservative.
No, but I'm not conservative. I believe in gay marriage. I believe in fucking, everything. I believe in mostly everything liberals do, and what I told you I'm against is the hypocrisy on the left when it comes to the First Amendment.
But that's the far left.
The far right is just as bad. But so that makes you a moderate when you're in the middle. Okay, if you give me abortion, none of my fucking business. That's on the female. Okay, so I'm not going to sit there.
When he says on the female, I think we all know how modern he
she
is.
wants to kill the baby. That's on her.
No,
I'm not getting in.
No, I'm not standing in front of an abortion clinic with a sign. I'm not going to say gays can't marry because that's ridiculous.
But that's more because you're lazy.
Yeah,
right. That doesn't have to do with your.
But just because, I think the left, when it comes to the First Amendment, is so out of hand,
and it's worse now. Microaggressions.
Yeah.
Have you gotten into the microaggressions? You know what these are?
No.
What you just did right now.
That's it.
Bullshit.
What's
Barry. The way he pointed at me.
That was a microaggression.
Because I'm a woman.
Yeah, there it is.
Especially with comedians, they attack us all the time. It's like, dude, we don't have any power, man. Like we're just easy targets because we actually are so insecure. We read all the tweets or whatever. But like, dude, you keep getting mad at me for using a word. I'm a fucking comedian.
Trying to do jokes.
Can you take this first caller? The guy who's calling me a retard.
That's not. You should never use that word.
I know. Well,
go ahead, Marty from Seattle.
No, I'm just saying, Rich is a retard because.
First of all, if I was black.
As a vet,
wait, stop, Marty. I'm gonna put you on hold if you don't shut up. You can't say don't call me a retard. If I was black, you wouldn't use the N-word on me because that's saying I'm stupid. You should use the correct terms.
No, I'm just saying
that's not a good argument for you to do.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Marty.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, as far as a vet, every time that Star Spangled Banner came on, I had to stand at attention and salute. So as a civilian, you stand at attention with your hand over your heart.
As a vet, you're a vet. I missed that part, and we're not talking about dog doctor, right? So,
no. I'm very pro USA. I was brought up that we held our hand on our heart during the Pledge of Allegiance, and we stand at attention during the Star Spangled Banner. That's what I was taught throughout fucking life.
At Yankee Stadium, they will beat the shit out of you if you don't put your hand over your. A guy yelled at me to take my hat off, and my Jew fro was huge.
I always take my hat off.
As a vet,
but you're in the Star Spangled Banner?
For not saluting.
What's that?
As a vet, I could get in trouble in uniform for not saluting when the Star Spangled Banner came on.
Okay, well that's you made that decision when you became a vet.
But you're also getting paid to salute. You're getting paid because you're in the armed services. You're working for the government.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe there's different rules. All I know is it doesn't make.
As soon as he told me that he was a vet, I hung up on him.
No, you didn't.
No, he hung up on himself.
I'm not.
I won't stand for it. No, but the thing is that what's her name? Abby Douglas? Is that
Gabby
Douglas? she worked her whole life to represent the United States at the Olympics. Give her a fucking break. You know,
well, she was the big winner the last time.
Then but the crazy thing is, people are mean to her. They're mean about her hair. They're mean about the fact that she wouldn't cover her heart during the thing. Well, it's like, what kind of people are you that you're going to yell at a 16-year-old or, you know, troll a 16-year-old on Twitter who's, you know, spent every waking minute of her life since she was probably 4 years old working towards becoming an Olympian.
What is this guy? This guy says something about the Stars.
No, she's been having a rough Olympics.
No, she's a fucking asshole. Because
she's taking more gold medals, right?
That's the other little girl.
She actually, but the truth is, it's not because she's not. It's the team is so good.
Right. She didn't even want to be on this team. I think they went out of their way to put her on it. I saw my wife made me watch the qualifying because she was the one who won the overall medal last time around. What was that, 2012? Mm-hmm. And she's been looking pissed the entire tournament.
Well, is it Simone, the girl that's...
Simone Biles, the young girl. Yeah, she's winning them all.
Cleaning up. She was too young last time, I think, to compete.
She is unbeatable.
Are you talking about the black chick, right?
Yeah, who fly. She can literally fly. The girl can fly.
If I could just say real quick about Gabby Douglas, white Twitter is killing her for not putting her hand over her heart, but it's black Twitter that's killing her for her hair. So she's really catching it from all sides.
Now, why is the black community all over her for her hair? I didn't even...
Because they feel like if you're doing this for the country, you should look good on
This
stage.
is a black man.
You know what I'm saying? So her hair is not like... If you look around her hair, they're angry that the edges of her hair aren't as thick as they should be.
Can you put up a picture of her somewhere?
Yeah, I'll come in right now.
What's this caller say about the Star Spangled Banner?
All right, here we go. Go ahead there, Joe from Phoenix.
I love fucking Arizona.
Yeah, try heat.
1923, the U.S. flag code came out.
Wait, start from the beginning.
Citizen.
Start from the beginning.
All right. The 1923, the flag code came out.
What is the flag code? Is this an act of Congress?
It's a rule. Like there's freaking rules for everything. But look it up. It's flag code 1923.
Yeah.
What? It says that if you're a citizen of the U.S. and they play the Star Spangled Banner, you have to stand up, face the flag, put your hand over your heart, unless you're in a uniform, like the vet just said the prior call.
Well,
how come I didn't know? How come no one's in school? How come in school we were never taught that? Or
whenever Rich stood up in class, he had to put his hand over his nuts.
Well, first of all, these are advisory rules. These are not mandatory rules. They're I'm looking it up because you told me to. They're advisory rules for display and care of the national flag of the United States of America. It's a Chapter 1 of Title 4 of the United States Code. So these are advisory rules. But of course, we have the First Amendment, which means you're free to do whatever the fuck you want.
But even still, shouldn't you just let some shit go? I mean, it's so crazy to me that you would get so upset or incensed over that.
Right. They're focused on destroying this poor kid.
Bonnie, I agree with you.
Thank you.
Just need to leave her alone. She worked that hard for the U.S. Let's just let it go. Yes. I don't really care.
What's wrong with her hair?
Burn U.S.
Right.
Burn flags all the time, and we don't bat an eye. I don't think we should really bat an eye about this.
Why don't they go after those motherfucking the Baptist
the Westboro Baptist Church?
Why aren't they fucking going after those fucking scumbags that are boycotting funerals? And those are the people you go after. They're the fucking...
This is the code that tells you can't burn the flag, you can't drag it on the floor, you're not supposed to make clothing out of it.
Well, why
are you familiar with the flag code? Because that's not like typical knowledge.
I'm a lapsed Westboro Baptist Church.
That's an inbred. That's one family that just keeps inbreeding.
Here's what I don't understand: how whatever, I can't even say it because it's too violent.
Oh, I thought it had an S in it.
That's funny.
That's funny. She does miss a shot. She's a fucking machine gun. She's a machine gun.
That's why we call her
that was like
McFarlane.
Fucking sniper. You just peeked your head out for a second. Not even your full head. Just came around the corner.
Sorry.
Well, I know that you're supposed to hold your hand on your heart, but has she won any medals at all this year?
I guess not.
I don't think so.
No. Well, the team all around. That's what it was. They were all around medal when she stood there, but everyone else had their hand on the heart. Her hand was downstream. I was like, oh, she's going to get
she did say in response that that's how she learned to do it.
Yeah, she comes from a military family. From what I've read,
supposed to stand at attention. I know, it's like ridiculous.
16-year-old girl makes.
However, the hair.
She's 20, but she
could be better.
Well, I don't see what's wrong with the hair.
What's with the hair? I think if she smiles more, she could be a star.
Yeah,
she's got the.
That was a callback, folks.
I think she's the young Michelle Obama look.
Yeah.
I think all of our athletes are fantastic. Let's talk a little bit about though how much like people. I read another thing today that
what
said,
do you want to talk about?
This is the most. Folks, if you think the Olympics are sexist, give us a call. That they won't. This one woman won't let her daughter watch the Olympics because it's so sexist. Have you been reading all these stories about the way that they talk about?
Going?
Yeah.
When are they over?
Probably this weekend.
Okay, go ahead.
So I guess like one of the stories that I remember reading about was that this swimmer, her husband was her coach, and then she won the race, and then afterwards
she blew him.
They said that one of the announcers said when they panned over to the guy, he said, "And there's the man responsible for her win."
Sexist. That's sexist.
Well, it isn't. It isn't because here's the thing. I can imagine that if you're an announcer, you have to say a lot of things for a lot of hours. And it does get tricky to constantly be watching what you're going to say. And the guy, in some ways, is responsible because he's the coach. And I think that if it was a dude in the water and a dude coach and you said, there's the guy responsible, it's not exactly the best way to say it, but you're saying this guy had a lot to do with her changing. She became a different swimmer after that guy became her coach.
My wife's been watching male diving with the sound off, so I don't know what the announcer's saying.
I'm shocked to hear you have a wife.
Maybe
it was her back then.
Could have been her.
Maybe it was her.
I don't know why all these years I thought it was her. Why would I manufacture that? Clearly it's all on me. But
didn't we get mad because one of our guys was rooting for his girlfriend that was with
another country?
Another country.
I miss it.
I think
Okay, there was another one though where they said that I need help with all the names. Katy
Perry.
No, the swimmer.
The swimmer.
Ledecky. Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky, who an amazing swimmer. I mean, just like
crushing
ridiculous.
people. Yeah.
And they said she swims like a man. Well, that is sexist.
Who
right?
said that?
One of the announcers.
That is sexist.
That is sexist.
The other one I wouldn't have probably even noticed because she's the coach.
Sexist?
That's crazy. She swims like a man.
What did he mean?
Yeah, what do you mean by that? Like,
no, I mean, what did he mean?
He meant
no, I really mean, what did he mean?
Well, because she's so far ahead of I think in one of her races she might have lapped.
Yeah, she totally lapped them all on the big 800.
That's a little sexist.
Because she's strong?
Because she swims good.
Because she's so good.
Because she's good.
I don't believe
she's like
a
man.
It is sexism because that's an inaccurate statement. There's a lot of guys who suck at swimming who aren't good swimmers. She swims like a man. If she said she swims like Michael Phelps, you'd be like, all right, I get that. He's a swimmer.
She swims like a whale.
But she's like, she swims like a man is just like, is that presuppose all men are better swimmers?
No, maybe her body, like, you could see how a girl throws and a guy throws.
But you would never, ever.
When a person throws a ball, a girl or a guy. So if you see a girl throw a ball like a dude, you go, oh, she throws like a dude.
But that's me and you talking somewhere. An announcer on national television watching the Olympics.
The Olympics, the best in the world.
Yeah, it's not me and you.
I mean, Katie Ledecky is like the best in the world. Yeah. She won what?
Let's give her credit, you know.
How many medals?
So she's probably as good as a man then.
Probably. I think we see. But the thing is, if like let's say there was a shot putter and then he did his thing and then they were like, whoa, he throws like a girl. That would not be good.
Some of these fucking...
You got to have some tact when you're the announcer.
Some of these sports in the Olympics are ridiculous. They really are. They're not, to me...
Like which ones?
Golf. The golf is in the Olympics.
Yeah, that's ridiculous for the Olympics.
There's a trampoline is one of the sports, isn't it?
Volleyball is awesome.
Oh, yeah, volleyball. And it's even harder to play sand volleyball.
Yeah.
You know how strong
sand volleyball. Not a lot of people call it that.
Those two girls play like men.
The thing on the beach?
They have legs like fucking...
They have legs like men.
Okay. And let me tell you something.
I prefer grass volleyball.
And I'll tell you the truth. If I'm going to lose in fucking judo, I'm not shaking anybody's hand either.
Yeah, That
they sent that guy home.
Yeah, they sent him home.
Well, probably
he had nothing else to do. It's like once you're done with your shows, you go home.
Do any of the floor volleyball players ever switch and do the sand volleyball?
No fucking way. They can't handle that.
What about the air?
I got a question for you.
Yes.
When I watch the sand volleyball, I can't not look at the bodies.
I mean, they're incredible.
Is that sexist? Like,
well,
I can't.
I look at the bodies. They're insane.
I catch myself doing it. Like, just pay attention.
Now
to
we're talking about the women.
But the girl has such a fat ass.
I know Saturday I was at a club.
Her ass is fucking...
They're rocks.
You want me to tell you something? I was at a club working Saturday watching it. I started jerking off. I wasn't realized I'm out in public, right? And these fucking guys were amazing.
That's a joke. That was a joke of a beginning, middle, and end. I'm into different directions.
I'm into the sport, but I keep going to like looking at the. Is that sexist? Is that just being a man? Right?
You're.
No, I mean, I look at those bodies. You have to. You can't not.
Thank you. That's what I was really asking. Thank you.
That's the
Am I gay, guys? That's what I'm trying to say.
You keep looking at the women.
Subconsciously, you're thinking, "Hey, my girlfriend got famous and left me. So how can I pay her back?" Subconsciously,
right.
But there's a difference between looking at the bodies and being sort of in awe of these machines.
Look at that ass.
They're so perfect. Their muscles and everything.
Bodies.
Or are you looking at them?
Like
in a way that
I'm looking at them. Like,
I'm looking at him in a creepy way. I'll be honest with you.
I'm looking at him like, look at that snatch. Oh, she's playing volleyball.
I'm looking at him in a little bit of a sexual way. Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that ball.
Can you pull
up purple and yellow ball?
Pull up the beach volleyball players, the Ross.
And they're like mother of two.
Yeah.
One of them, and she's, I think, a medical student on top of some super fucking overachieving human being that just makes me realize how little I've accomplished.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lovely shot.
I'm starting to feel uncomfortable.
Why? You look way better than them.
Look at that ass.
On stage with a mic. They can't do what you do.
That is the worst joke I've ever heard. It's terrible.
Is that porno?
Interesting how every shot is of just their ass.
But why do they wear such teeny tiny...
There was one that played in a burqa. Did you see the one who played in a burqa?
It's easier to move around when you have
because I saw them...
Because you put in beach volleyball burqa?
I saw that one, yeah.
And I believe they won. I don't know what country she was from.
So it can be done.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say she was from a country in the Middle
that was a great
East.
search. Muslim volleyball.
I got to say, if she doesn't win, something's getting cut off her.
There it is. That's the shot I've seen.
That's actually an awesome shot, kind of like Two Civilizations. I like that.
You don't think she was hot?
Oh, Jesus. I'm surrounded by the United Nations in here. Enough with your fucking... Oh, that's
so
beautiful.
The thing that happened today with...
That's a beautiful shot. I like the artistic merit of that shot. It's so symbolic.
Look at these two countries getting along.
Look at that.
Wait till they start building next to each other. We'll see how they get along. Oh, look at that.
Well, I'm glad I brought up the topic of sexism at the Olympics.
You want to move on to racism in the Olympics?
Hold on. But did you see the picture? Ellen? No, not you. You can go. I didn't mean go like in a mean way. Did you see the picture with
Ellen DeGeneres? The comedy. It was a piece of comedy.
Ellen DeGeneres has a picture of her on the back.
She photoshopped herself on the back of Usain Bolt.
Yes. Saying this is how I'm going to shop for now on.
Purely for a comic gag.
Because he's fucking running like lightning.
Yeah.
This is how I'm going to do my shopping.
I don't even get how that will be offensive. Somebody found that offensive?
They said, what is he, like a fucking, mule?
Oh,
you think that right? Strap yourself to the back of a black man and treat him like a mule. She's like, hey, it was a fucking joke. I'm looking. She's got an hour to kill every day, right? She's got to come up with comedy.
First of all, she's out of the closet gay. I would say 9 out of 10.
That doesn't make you completely she can't be racist.
Yeah,
she's
I would
a dyke.
say 9 out of 10 gay people are not racist because they've been struggling themselves for equal rights and equal.
Listen, I know a gay woman from North Carolina that was as racist as anyone I'd ever met, and it was shocking.
North Carolina will do that. It trumps whatever you're going through.
Hillary's got a lead in North Carolina right now. That's how bad he is.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Trump.
So wait, who's the lady? You know somebody from North Carolina?
A racist? A gay racist in North Carolina?
A gay racist.
Do I know her?
That's kind of
comedian.
Risky.
Don't bring her up. Now they're going to look up.
gay racist comedian, North Carolina. So can we see the picture?
I know. I think I know.
Can we see some more volleyball asses?
I want to see the Ellen DeGeneres picture.
Yeah,
I'll let you know if it's racist.
Why would it be? It's a joke. She's dubbed herself into a million pictures or photoshopped herself into a million.
I would assume that's what she does on the show all the time, right?
Well, this is the microaggressions that you were talking about, where people who are not white men.
He's black. Let's ask him. Was it racist, you think, Ellen DeGeneres? I sounded like you there.
I know. No, I'm headlining this week. And she's still with me.
For now.
Till Girl Code 2 comes out.
That's it.
That is so racist.
Why is that racist? Why does racist as if she was calling him a name?
Do you really think I think that's racist?
No, not you. The people that no,
then
not you.
Calm down.
Not you, but why would people think that's racist? Like, racism is saying, hey, you're...
It's not I don't think they think it's racist. I think they're using the wrong term. That's a microaggression. That's saying...
People are out of their fucking minds. You know what? You can't do anything anymore. People don't even know how to behave. It's like when they hiss, when you do a joke and they don't know if they liked it or not, so they'll just hiss.
I'm going to get on Ellen's back in that picture so they could say I'm anti-gay and anti-black.
I mean, people just got to think. Did they think Ellen DeGeneres was sitting there going like, I'm going to post this racist photo and just hope nobody knows?
I guarantee you there was a discussion about it. And then they decided, no, it's Ellen. People will be fine with it.
You want to talk about followers? I think she has 20-something million followers.
Let's ask.
But she wouldn't count as because she's got the TV show.
No, but
if you're going to compare live comics.
What did she say? She said, I was all for this.
Did she issue an apology?
I hope
I'm sorry to the whole black community.
Ellen DeGeneres defends herself, so she doesn't.
She better not apologize.
I love this new wave yoga music.
Thank you for picking something that has no audio. You have to read it.
We got to get
the photo in question depicts Ellen DeGeneres.
Is this racist?
I'm highly aware of the racism that exists in our country. DeGeneres wrote on Tuesday, "It is the furthest thing from who I am, being black."
Is it racist that we need to find a white producer?
That's his not being good has nothing to do with his race.
Can we ask him? I'm curious to know. Do you think it was
You're talking
racist?
to Lewis, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Lewis, you know there was a comic named Lewis Johnson? There is a comic named Lewis Johnson.
I'm so curious what you think.
What are you doing? Oh, he's putting on the other mic. He knows how to work the board.
Yeah,
that's why he gets paid. He's here.
I've spoken to Lewis Johnson a few times, actually.
Very funny guy.
Tried to give him all his names on every social media platform.
Oh, really? Because they're Googling him and they're coming up with you?
Yeah, I get tagged in his stuff all the time. No, I don't think it's
You
racist.
could probably start working close.
This is the part of the show where people think, do they think they're on break?
But honestly, no, I think she was just doing comedy.
Yeah.
Fast runner. I don't understand what a piggyback ride means about racism.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Do you think people are playing the race card too much nowadays?
100%.
How about the sexism card?
I'm not really sure on that one.
Oh, boy.
I don't really have much to say on that one.
Somebody's not married yet.
Ladies, I'm for your cause, and my Twitter handle is...
Lewis something else Johnson.
Yeah, not the comedian.
I gave the other guy my thing.
Totally a feminist with my dick.
No, feminism is tough because you know, obviously you want women to be
but you were
treated well, but then at the same time, all of it gets to be annoying at some point.
But what did you say? You were making that point in the car last night or today about someone said this is feminist, and you're going, it's fucking ridiculous.
Well, some of the women that are on the big, some of the biggest women on the feminist train are actually they're not pro-women at all. They're kind of fucking assholes to other women. And then that's because right now, like, empowerment is such a marketing tool. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're not empowered, then it's hard to sort of get any traction with the public. So you have to you have to get on it, or you're...
What can I use? What could my empowerment
Well,
be?
you're handicapped. So you should really start doing, like, you know, talking about... You should always be defending handicapped people because you have
but I'm not really crippled, am I?
You're not crippled. No, but you have a speech impediment.
Yeah, but that's no bandwagon.
You could make it I'm telling you, you could fucking make that a bandwagon. That is. Do you think if Amy Schumer had a fucking lisp that she would gloss over that shit? There's no fucking way. That would be all over everything.
See, I saw a retweet or a tweet from her. It was really funny. Around my birthday, she said, I wish Vos a happy birthday, and I wish everybody that wishes him a happy birthday raincoats or something when he thanks them. It was kind of funny. I didn't see it. How come I didn't see it back then? I would have said that's very funny.
I didn't know that she was giving you birthday wishes.
Yeah, I didn't. I just saw it on a retweet or something. I don't know.
When's your birthday, Rich? I want to make sure I get you next year.
June 30th, 6:30. Okay. I play those numbers.
Anyway, point being, we could all be using our thing. You could, of course, be using your
the
Greek thing,
or his broken heart.
Yeah, or my broken heart. Either one.
I've been treated real shitty.
What can Barry use?
Nothing.
See, I think I'm right about Bonnie all along. I think you're denying, but I think I am the guy she hates.
No.
What? I hate
I don't hate you. I hate your comedy.
No, it's like...
That would be fair.
I do hate you, but not for those reasons. That's a completely different thing.
I feel better about it.
Bonnie would like... Being as liberal as you are, and you've done left-wing radio or liberal radio throughout your career... and how, like most liberals, just like most conservatives, are taking Trump's side because they're going, well, I got to stick with my, with my political beliefs. As a liberal, how are you not behind her 100%? Because if you're not behind her...
See, I'm a moderate.
You're not a moderate.
I'm a moderate. To you, I'm a liberal. When I go on radio, they call me either or, if I argue either or argument, but I get yelled at for being all things to all people. That's why when Combs' show used to be broadcast on terrestrial radio, it used to be nothing but the Fox News people and a liberal in the seat. That was great radio, because then you actually had a clash. That's what's wrong with the country. People only talk to those who already are predisposed to want to hear what they're saying. Everywhere, radio, cable, all of the fucking stratification of the media, nobody hears the truth. There's no more truth anymore. That's the problem in the country, is we literally have had the death of facts. And Trump has now turned that into a national obsession because his followers refuse to accept any facts.
Well, they would say the same about Hillary.
They would, but there's a false equivalency too.
Both machines are hard at work in making the other guy or the other gal look like they're liars.
Trump's not that hard at work right now, though. I don't know if they're taking the summer off.
Trump has done stuff that's unprecedented.
Yeah,
how the Russia thing is it's crazy. You can't believe what you're hearing when he's
right, but it's such a barrage of bullshit that it comes 3 times a day. You can't even focus on one thing.
His bankruptcies and his casinos. This is what I just hear on the internet, or how he's.
These are facts.
How he's not.
These are facts.
How he's not paid.
He routinely would tell people, sue me, rather than pay them. What's his name?
This is Barry saying this, not me, because I don't know it as a fact.
No, but it's a fact that in the 80s and 90s, when casinos were making millions, his was the only corporation that lost $86 million. Everyone else made money. He had to be fucking trying to lose money. If you had thrown a dart against the board and bought any casino company in that time frame, you'd have made 150% on your money.
Well, there's a reason.
But why would he want to lose money? Is it a springtime for Hitler or something?
Yes, that's exactly what it was. He made cash, and then he would tell people, well, fucking sue me, and not pay them.
Himself, too. You could make money losing money. But also, too, there's a reason why he doesn't have casinos in Vegas. Because of things he did in Atlantic City. What I've heard. I don't know what the truth is behind it, because I didn't do enough research, because I really don't give a fuck. But the reason he has hotels and he can't get a gaming license is because of his practices in New Jersey. That's what I've read or heard. So I don't know. I just watched this whole thing on Facebook about some contractor that did the windows in one of his casinos.
Yeah,
did you see that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he explains that.
So that guy has to be telling the truth, or else he'd get fucking sued.
Of course he's telling the truth.
They'd sue the fuck out of him.
And what he said was, Trump told me to sue him if I wanted my money. By the time he would have gotten done paying lawyers, it wouldn't have been worth it. So the people who worked for him didn't get paid. He owed money because he had to borrow. He was putting the windows in the casino.
Yeah, that's the video I saw.
But that's typical of Trump. There's hundreds of people who filed lawsuits on the same basis. where he just doesn't pay, and that's why he files bankruptcy, because then he pays them 10 cents on the dollar in bankruptcy, but he takes his full salary and checks it, cashes it out. It's phenomenal how much money his companies have lost.
When you've got that much money, like, I never understood, when's enough? I've never understood how
Bonnie,
you could just fuck people.
When would enough be enough?
I've totally checked out.
No, you know what I mean? Like, when is enough?
Are we still on?
Like, I could never see a Richard Branson doing something like this.
Oh, I heard you talking about that before.
Did you? Did I talk about that on my podcast?
The podcast.
Yeah,
you didn't seem interested in it then.
He seems like if you worked for him, he'd be the best fucking guy to work for. He seems like he takes care of his employees. He just seems like a good person. So if you got that much money...
What did I say about this on the podcast? I said if he ran for president, we'd find out all kinds of bullshit about him.
Yeah, but his point is that he's good to people. He's
yeah, if you got that much money...
He runs his business with a conscience.
When is enough in life? When do big corporations start giving insurance to all their employees?
There's no end to up. They just profit always more.
Why? But
greed. Yeah.
Enough. Take care of your fucking employees. Take care of the middle act. Take care of fucking everything.
I mean, there is like a thing that, we're worried about guns, which I think is like an important issue. But, more CEOs of, drug companies have killed more people than guns ever have. I mean, it's
they're greedy bastards.
They're greedy, and they go in knowing that this product will kill people, and then they put money aside in case they get caught.
It's what the cigarette companies did. They knew, like we all know that now, but they knew for decades that it was killing you, and they just held it secret because of the money. They just were like, "Fuck it."
I know, but that's the thing. Is like it's. You're killing people, but you're so far removed, I guess, from actually pulling the trigger that you don't. Yeah. I don't know. You can still sleep at night. You're fine with it. Yeah. You get into your private jet and you don't care.
My sister's worked with drug companies and stands behind them, going, the money they put into research and this. Let me tell you something.
Well, that's probably true also. I mean, that's the thing, that they always have these grains of truth so that they can say that. They're gonna do stuff so that they can point to it and say, look what we
Remember
do.
The cancer?
The cigarette companies did it too. They said, hey, if you're under this age, please don't smoke. They did all these ads to try to make it seem like
they set up in front of Congress. Do you remember that footage where they all swore the oath?
Yeah, no, well, because one of the things I saw this documentary where they always say is, we don't know. They just keep relying on that. We don't have the facts.
Yeah, how are they running liquor commercials again on television when they stopped that for years?
Are they?
We're regressing.
Yeah, well, they started with beer, and then now it's back to liquor again.
And then it's going to be pot.
Yes, there's hard liquor commercials on TV again.
I guess the liquor companies lobbied.
They're lobbying their money because...
This is why we've asked you here today to comment on this, Giannis.
The greed
to give you the hard answer. I guess it's because they lobbied for it.
No, it's because of the
guys. Is that what you were like?
The greed.
Did I answer the hard press question?
Good answer.
Thanks, guys.
It's because of money. Money's going to buy you your way out of everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a cousin years ago. He was caught
died.
with 2 ounces of coke.
Is
2 ounces
he dead?
of coke. Yeah. 2 ounces of coke, selling them to an undercover agent.
Ooh, that's a lot of prison time, isn't it?
Nothing, because his family had money. 2 ounces of coke.
Yeah.
Wait, you had a cousin that had money?
Yes.
You married the wrong one?
Jesus.
Wait, this is our therapist.
Money trumps everything. I mean, look at OJ. OJ's the prime example of, you got money, you can get away with it.
I know, but then
he ran out of cash.
He ran out of cash.
And he really needed...
Did you see that documentary?
Yeah.
It's like sad in a way. You're like, I started feeling bad for him.
What was he going back for?
I didn't. That's weird.
I know.
Feeling bad for him.
Well, I have this thing when I watch like even the 2020s and stuff, even if I know they're guilty, I'm like, oh, come on, they won't do it again.
He made a mistake, guys.
It could happen to any of us.
Whoever lives in a glass house.
I know. Who among us
who hasn't killed someone accidentally, almost decapitated them in their own home?
Our therapist, Jenny, texts us. So, hi, Jenny. And thank you. She loves our show. Our guests are good tonight. We have good guests tonight.
We're doing great.
I mean, we're carrying it, but we have good guests.
We've got about 3 minutes left.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Let's not drop the ball here. Come on.
Yeah, strong finish.
I'd like you two to just talk about yourselves again. That's a good way to go out.
What do you want to talk about?
You don't let him tell us what our fucking show is, number one.
So,
I don't know. See, this is why people don't like them.
This is right.
She's like, this is why I wrote that article.
I know. I forgot who wrote it.
About somebody else.
This is why.
Why would I think that, though?
But why did you move back to New York if you were doing radio? I mean, obviously you got fired, but why?
It's a little late in the game.
If you don't get fired in radio.
30 seconds or less.
Yeah.
You were with Air America, right?
No. Okay. I tried to. I had shows in San Francisco. She doesn't care. But next Tuesday I'll be on a competing.
I'm worried about, he's got to get his plugs in.
Yeah, no, I got 3 minutes. I don't care about here. Okay,
by the way, we can't do it next week because you're going to be here. So
I could do it at 6 o'clock.
I know, but I can't do it at 6. That first hour, I got a congressional candidate.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and I didn't want to bullshit and tell you, tell you lies. So I'm telling you on the air.
Okay, well, the story is they wanted me to talk on Fox on what was it?
On everything we were talking about here. How the people
about
blow up.
Trump guy that got nuts. Anyhow, listen, I'm not supporting anybody in this race right now. What I'm supporting is this Thursday. I will be in Mattawan. Look it up on the Comedy Shop website. Saturday, the Treehouse in Trumbull, Connecticut. Next week, Wednesday night, I'll be at a casino, I think the Hard Rock in Sioux City. Then Thursday through Sunday, the Funny Bone, Omaha, Nebraska. If you're buying on Amazon, go to amazon.richvoss.com. My CD, 141 IQ, is on iTunes. What do you got coming up?
My album's out on iTunes, Let Me Be Honest, and I will be at the Philly Punchline August 25th through the 27th.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and other dates on my website, JanisPeps.net.
Yeah, I've got this ComedyUSA.com. I'm trying to put all this old comedy stuff together for old comedy fans from the boom, from our years.
That's fucking
So
great.
I'm putting it online.
Great stuff.
The old magazines and cover stories with Kinnison and whatever.
Cool. Bonnie, is there any...
And we're out of time. So thanks. Glad I got my plugs in. I'm local. Whatever. Do whatever you want with me. Thank you for listening.
Your book is still...
You can get my book, You're Better Than Me. It's available on Amazon or at an indie bookstore near you.
You guys were great. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for getting me out of the house, guys.
Put it on your resume.